Pavlov, the undefeated champion of VR first-person multiplayer shooters. With its amazing gun mechanics, active community, and tons of mods, there's no reason to try anything else, right? Well... So when I first got my VR headset and started looking for a good multiplayer shooter to play, everywhere I went I would see Pavlov and Onward suggested, and once in a blue moon someone may have mentioned Contractors. Out of the three, Onward looked really tactical and fun, but after the newest update, people were saying that it just wasn't that great anymore. Contractors looked interesting, but to me it just seemed like it needed a little bit more time in the oven. And Pavlov seemed to be just right. So out of the holy trinity of VR multiplayer shooters, I decided to go with Pavlov. So on my merry way I went to have shootouts in McDonald's parking lots while trying not to go deaf from Gen Z kids screaming in my ears about Beanie Babies and Pop-Tarts or whatever they're into these days. And it's been a lot of fun. The weapon mechanics in Pavlov are amazing. And the first time you jump into a VR FPS and get into an intense gunfight where who lives and who dies is decided by who can go through the precise actions needed to reload your given gun, man, it's a wonderful feeling. Then there are the mods. Getting to actually set foot into Blood Gulch and cruise around in a Warthog, or run around the terminal map from Modern Warfare. Oh my God, what a time to be alive. So after thoroughly enjoying myself in Pavlov for months now, all of a sudden I start seeing everyone talking about a new Contractors update. So I think, what the heck, let's go ahead and give it a shot. And man, oh man, is this a tasty game. Right off the bat, an immediate game changer I noticed is that you actually have a body and arms. Now, a lot of my friends that I am begging and pleading to get into VR with me always talk about the floating hands and how it just looks weird and I can never get used to that. And while I think that floating hands aren't that bad when you are the one controlling them, I can't pretend that being able to actually see your full body in VR isn't a million times more immersive. You can turn this setting off if you hate arms or something, but for me, arms are fun. Gameplay-wise, Pavlov has a lot more game modes, but the problem with that is that if you just want to play a standard team deathmatch or round of search and destroy, there will be times where you either can't find a match or the only rooms available only have 1 or 2 people in them. It's absolutely amazing the types of custom game modes that people have come up with in Pavlov, but sometimes I just enjoy the simplicity of the classics. Contractors has a few unique game modes like its co-op wave shooter mode Survival, but generally the game modes are pretty standard. But you usually don't have a problem finding a room with 10 or more players in it. The guns in Contractors feel amazing, and compared to Pavlov, they just feel like they have more weight to them. They also have updated the weapon sounds and they just sound so nice and beefy. Graphically, I think Pavlov still generally looks better and I have a lot less issues with pop-in and draw distance, but Contractors still looks great and performance-wise, it leaves Pavlov in the dust. Another technical difference I noticed between the two games is the way that you handle your gear. In Pavlov, you can store your stuff on your chest, side, and behind your back, and it's really unforgiving if you don't reholster your weapons and gear in just the right place. In Contractors, all of your gear is stored on your chest and sides, and when a piece of gear is removed, you see an icon letting you know where it needs to be replaced. If you aren't 100% in line with these slots, it will slightly assist you in order to keep you from dropping your gear. This makes it a lot easier to switch between pieces of gear in the middle of an intense firefight. Similarly to Pavlov, there are a lot of modded maps you can download. There are tons of Call of Duty maps, and as far as Halo maps go, there are a lot more of them than I've ever come across in Pavlov. However, unlike Pavlov, the guns and player models don't get changed, so you end up running around hanging high in battle fatigues carrying an M4, and there is no vehicle support, so it kind of breaks the illusion of actually playing Halo in VR. But when you're playing Call of Duty maps, the mechanics and speed actually feel more like Call of Duty to me than the same maps in Pavlov. Overall, the mods that I've come across in Contractors all seem really well done. But what really sets this game apart from Pavlov is something that's a little bit harder to quantify. What I mean is that what I love about this game is the fact that it feels so familiar and nostalgic, even though I've never played it before. It reminds me of years ago when Xbox Live first came out, and I would spend hours playing games like Rainbow Six 3 or the original Ghost Recon games until the sun came up the next morning. The community in this game just feels a little bit more mature. Well, some things are the same whether you're in Pavlov or Contractors. Well, for the most part. What I mean is that you can't just run and gun this game like a lot of Pavlov matches, so it kind of weeds out a lot of the toxic players and 12-year-olds. Even though this game is crossplay on the Quest, it's very rare for me to come across a lobby filled with youngsters screaming about how dank their memes are on Tixtagram. So after saying all of that, which one is actually the better game? Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can really make that call. Contractors feels more complete compared to Pavlov. But I think one of the appeals of Pavlov is that I don't think it will ever feel complete. It will always continue to grow, morph, and shift into new things as time goes on. One thing is for sure though, if you haven't tried Contractors yet, give it a shot. It's an amazingly fun game, and I really do feel that it's the type of multiplayer shooter that VR needs right now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. The channel is so close to hitting 100 subscribers, and I couldn't be more thankful to all of you that are helping the channel grow. So to everyone out there, have a wonderful day, and don't forget, keep it virtual.